What's going on, guys? Today we're talking the best cards to buy right now in Madden 26. These are cards where their price is lower than how well they play on the field. The value is, lower than how good they are. That's really what we're looking for in today's video. And with today being what I would call the first big market crash of Madden 26, it's the perfect time for this video. So let's talk about this week real quick and how it's going to affect the market, or at least how I'm predicting it to, which I'm about 50% of the time I'm 100% right. So yeah, team builders I think won't affect the market as much as today's content, but team captains may have a slight effect on it because we are getting a tight end that everyone can get. Greg Olson's coming out tomorrow. Whatever position is the most popular out of team captains, expect that price to drop at that position. Not crazy, not as crazy as today. Today we had like 50% price cuts on top end guys. We had some crazy value come out today, but I don't think the market's gonna be too affected by the rest of the week, besides maybe Saturday, who knows. But I think today is gonna be the biggest effect. So I think right now is a buyer's market if you have coins. I really do. There's some really good buys out there. So let's get started at quarterback. John Elway down 17% today. I would say John Elway is, I would say he's a top 2 QB in the game. I would say that pretty confidently. I would still take Baker at 1. But Elway is really good, has a solid release, moves well, but most importantly about Elway is he does get inside dead eye 3 AP. And also I do like Matt Stafford's lower overall card. He went down 40% today out of those 83 plus packs in the step offer. His price is in the mud. This card pretty much is his LTD. It pretty much is. There really isn't that much of a difference between these two cards and how they're going to play. As far as abilities go, it's nothing crazy on Stafford that you're missing out on. So really, I would yeah, he's not that far behind his LTD in my opinion. But if you have this card, this Jalen Hurts card, you're not going to have him looking like this yet. But at 85, I would take him over both of those guys. So if you have Hurts, just stick with him. Even if he's frustrating you, just stick with him. He's still like the best value at QB if you have this card. If not, I do like Elway, and the cheaper option would be Matt Stafford, as again, he literally plays just like his LTD. There's no difference. All right, yeah, running back up next. We had a 25% price cut on Adrian Peterson. Great card. 220. Great air truck, which is how you should be moving in this game right now. The juke, I would say how you should be using your ball carrier moves in this game right now, it should probably be like 70% air trucks and maybe the rest are 30% juke moves. That's probably like no trigger, no turbo juke moves. It's those two moves together in combination is insane. And Adrian Peterson has a really good air truck, so he's solid. A little bit of a bigger back, but of course he's great. Jahmyr Gibbs down 33% today because he's an 83, right? 83s are down today because of those 83 plus packs. Everyone, obviously, they were the most pulled cards. So 33% down. Jahmyr Gibbs has the stand up in the backfield. I actually really did enjoy this card. It also does hit that juke move threshold with really good speed at 85 still, which is still good for 100K. It's a great buy. Chase Brown also. Yeah, I would, if you're asking me who do I prefer, Chase Brown or Jahmyr Gibbs, I would take Jahmyr Gibbs, and I would say that the price difference is pretty accurate, honestly, on how these cards would play. If you're between these two, say you have Chase Brown and can sell him, I would actually sell Chase Brown and buy Jahmyr Gibbs because he hits this juke move threshold, making his juke move that much better. So I would say the difference between these cards is worth it, but if it's too much, 100K is too much for you, just stick with Chase Brown. He's obviously still good. Wide receiver didn't catch didn't catch anything crazy today, to be honest. They really didn't. Like, Puka stayed up in price. Waddle really went down like 20K. But I wasn't really high on Waddle to begin with. I think Waddle should be in the Victor Cruz price range. That's where, at least maybe like 250 for Waddle. I would buy him for that based on how his card played. He's good. He's fast. He's just not anything crazy standout in my opinion. So I would, like, Puka's price really didn't drop. So I'm not going to mention him. Although I do think he is probably wide receiver 2 right now in this game. If you don't count Luther or Emeka. So I have Judy here. He's 200K. I think Judy's one of the best wideouts in this game. He moves insane. He hits the juke move threshold, as you guys can see. He also hits the short route running, mid route running, and deep route running threshold. Only downfall is 84 speed, which is a little bit slower than what we have at the top of the position right now. But he's still really good to have in the slot, short yardage, and again really good after the catch. I got Judy yesterday, and I love his card so much. Next up, we got Matthew Golden. Also, a guy you could, maybe put in here if you got it like that is Thornton. My man, Dante Thornton. He's going for 160 right now. So I wouldn't say he's like a good buy anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I can't really say that. He was in the mud, like 80K. Yeah, sure. 80K, yeah, sure, that's solid, but 160, that's a little bit wild for me for Dante. So I'm not going to include him in this video. I would include Golden for 40K, just maybe 6 inches shorter, but the same speed stat there, or just use that free worthy. Offensive line, we got Olu Fushanu, left tackle, pretty much all over 80 in all of his stats. 82 strength, also really good for 50K. Only under in run block finesse, which is pretty good. At center, I got Linderbaum. On my center, I run a lot of draw runs, so I look for guys that are fast. I look for fast offensive linemen throughout the year. Obviously, in the beginning, I'm not pushing crazy for it, but Linderbaum has really good speed and has 85 run block finesse and 86 lead block to run behind, which is really good. Right guard, Robert Hunt, 217. I like this buy. Down 11% right now. Sam Cosmi, again, he's an 82, so these kind of mid elite cards like 82, 83, they're dropping like crazy right now. So you're kind of looking for the good versions of those cards. And yeah, Sam Cosmi down 40% today. And pretty much every stat over 80 with an 85 run block on him at right guard's really good. I do like Jackie Slater, and I also do like Joe Alt. These buys are both really good in my opinion today. Down 30%, down 30%. And Joe Alt, I think, they both get left tackle secondaries if you guys want to fill out both those tackles. Heading over to defense, Micah Parsons, okay? Micah Parsons is down 50% today because of his new card. And this is interesting because they're the exact same card. They are literally the exact same card. So, yes, you can have a theme team, which will give him +1 speed, right? Which is great. But honestly, if you're not going to be able to get Saquon and Surtain and actually get these boosts, because you see these boosts, it says tier 1, 3 components, tier 5, 5 components. You need Surtain to get all these boosts. Even if you have Saquon and Micah, you don't get any boosts. You need them all. So if you don't care about that, like Micah Parsons is a pretty top end edge rusher in this game. Getting him for 300K isn't bad. I think his price can go down more, but it's Micah. He always plays well in games. So obviously this is a good buy right now today. But again, if you're not someone that's going to be chasing all 3 of the crystal cards that came out today and you want Micah, this is the one you should be buying. Don't look at the card art. Like, this is definitely the one. He's down 50%, half the price of the other one, for the same exact card if you're not going to go with the other guys. Marty Barno, I also have him here, 1,000 coins. If you run any kind of blitz that comes in free, Barno's great. If he gets picked up, obviously not great, but if he's coming in free, whether it's Texas 4-man or whatever you're running, Barno's really good for that, and for 1,000 coins, really good value. Dwight Freeney, also love this card. I think Freeney is still the best edge rusher in this game. I think he's still better than fully chemmed up Micah. I do. 83 speed, 86 acceleration, and actually can block shed people, unlike Micah Parsons. If you go back, 69 block shed, not great. So Dwight Freeney, love this card. Chase Young, don't love this buy as much. I think his price will go down a little bit more, but still has that good speed off the edge. If you have like Freeney and Chase Young, that's a pretty good edge combo. But and obviously he's 110K. I would probably like cheaper than Micah. So I'm honestly like Micah and Freeney is also a good combo too. But I don't hate Chase Young. People didn't like this card when he first came out, but 79 speed off the edge with 86-80. It was good impact block. Like, that's pretty good. Like, I'm taking that. Defensive tackle, Sapp, down 10%, not great, but I still think Sapp, if we take a look at the defensive tackles, Sapp is so much faster than everybody else at this position that spending that 300K is worth it. And even, I have Kobe Turner here too, 70 speed, which is good, 200K. But even this version of Sapp, 82 Sapp with 73 speed is still really, really good. This is still a really, really good buy. And his price also down a little bit because he's an 82 overall. Patrick Queen up next. I do want to talk about the mic real quick because we are losing Ray Lewis tomorrow. So Ray Lewis will be gone. He'll be down to an 80 overall. I'm not sure if he's going to keep all of his team chems. I kind of hope he does. He's just kind of nice to have in there. But he's getting downgraded tomorrow, so you are going to have to go on the lookout for some Mike linebackers. And here are some guys that I like. Patrick Queen, the first one, 82 speed. Only problem with Queen is his ability to play coverage. But if you're using him, he's going to be okay. Against the run, he's really good. I have this guy BND. I've kind of stopped using him for a little bit, but he'll be coming back to my lineup without question. Zach Thomas, 200K, also pretty solid. Slightly better. I would say he's a slightly better version. Yeah, I would say he's a slightly better version of Patrick Queen. It is pretty close between these two, but just kind of for that 80 zone coverage is the main reason. But Zach Thomas, pretty overlooked over this weekend, and he's down. He'll be down even more. He can get down to 180 easily, but he's down 32% today. He's actually up today, Troy Anderson, but still a good buy at 4,000 coins. 6'4", 82 speed. Just a solid little budget guy I wanted to toss in here. Robert Spillane for the Will, 83 speed. more of a coverage guy, right? This is a guy you're either going to user or someone you're going to have on the edge of your on the edge of your defensive line that's going to drop out into coverage and play hard flats and stuff. I'm not a guy you want to pass rush with, but Spillane is pretty good, 6'1", 230, really good speed, good zone, good tackling, all that stuff. Even some pretty good theme teams, some pretty popular ones mixed in there for 240. Cornerback had some regression with Surtain coming out today, obviously, but you know, they're still pretty expensive. So here are the ones that I wanted to talk about today. First one is Bland. I think Bland is really good in the slot. If you have guys playing, you know, shooting out in the hard flats or curl flats or playing kind of vert hooks in the middle, somewhere in the middle in the slot, that's where I would use Bland. And he has a really good coverage. And I did want to talk about Darrelle Revis. He's not going to be mentioned today because I feel like his card is not that good. And I use Revis every single year. This is the worst Revis we've seen in a while. Only 81 zone on Revis, and you'd think, oh, it's Revis, they'd probably juice his man coverage. It's only 85 when they gave Devin Witherspoon 86. So, like, they made Devin Witherspoon better in coverage than Darrelle Revis. So, I'm not going to include Revis. I don't think this card's good. I think he's undersized for what you're getting with his stats. It's just not great. But I would include Bland, as I do like his ability to kind of make those quick movements in the slot, and also he has a pretty good height as well. Next up, we got Witherspoon. We got Bland, Witherspoon. Here, he's gone down 8%, but, you know, good value, good coverage. The big fall today is Christian Gonzalez, though. Gonzalez is going to go down more, by the way. There is a Christian Gonzalez coming out, I think, this week, I'm pretty sure. I think he's coming out for preseason standouts, so keep that in mind. But this card's going to go down a little bit more. If he's like 180, 170, 100% buy, but still at 200K, I think he's a good buy, having 85 speed at 6'2". Also, Quinion Mitchell down 47% today, 83 speed, great card, obviously. Tariq Woolen down 30% today, 84 speed, 85 acceleration at 6'4". Maxwell Harrison down 22% today, 86 speed, 84 acceleration at 6 foot. And also Darian Porter is down 18% on Xbox today, 86 speed, 85 acceleration. Those are all really good corner buys. Really, any combination of any of these guys is really good. If you want to play two speeches on the outside, say maybe you want Maxwell Harrison, Darian Porter on the outside, and then go get Bland for the middle, that's really good. Like that would be a good cornerback room for sure. Even Quinion Mitchell and those and like even these last four guys in a cornerback room is really good, in my opinion. Free safety. This one I don't love. Honestly, I don't know why I put him in here. I don't actually love this buy. I'm actually not gonna. I was gonna include him, but I actually don't like this buy. At safety right now, just use budget or use Xavier McKinney. Like, use Ransall or use McKinney. Like, I don't actually like that. I don't like the Harrison Smith buy, especially because we have some free safeties coming out. Like, I think that it's going to drop his price more. I would say right now he's actually not a good buy. I take that back. I didn't say his name though. I just had him pop up. I wouldn't put him though. Use Ransall, use McKinney, or use one of these two guys, Jimmy Ward or Nick Emawari, to round out today's video. 230 for him, I think it's actually pretty good. I see a lot of people play him at free safety and use their Xavier Watts at strong or vice versa, whatever. But Nick Emawari also pretty good to play in the box or play over the top. So a lot of good buys right now in this game. And honestly, if you build a team like with only these guys that I showed in today's video, you can compete with any squad on this game. And if you kind of pair that with a 50-50 and use some of your season 1 cards, like that's a real, and if you have RPs too, like your team's gonna be very, very complete. But a lot of good buys in this game with the market crash. I'm curious to see what the market does, especially on those crystal cards. We got to see what's going to happen. It's the first time this year. We don't know what's going to happen, but yeah, that'll do it. Have a good rest of your day. Go check out the Saquon Barkley gameplay. I spent too much money to make that video, so please watch it. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Appreciate it. Have a good rest of your day. Goodbye. Have a good one.